All right, welcome back everyone to my live stream here as we get ready for the second half between Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Texas A&M leading this game 28-24. Again, welcome back. My name is John, Sports Bonanza John here on YouTube. I'm also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick John. If you do like my content, would appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really help out a lot and go a long way. Appreciate it. 28-24 at the half. Texas A&M leads Notre Dame. Let's run down some stats from this first half. Teams combined for almost 550 yards of offense in the first half. Texas A&M put 328 up in the first half. Notre Dame put up 218 yards of offense. What hurt Texas A&M in the first half? Penalties. They were penalized 5 times for 45 yards in the first half. Notre Dame penalized just once. That only cost them a yard because of where the positioning was on the field. Both teams turned it over once through an interception. Individual stats in this game in the first half. Marcel Reed for Texas A&M. Completion percentage not all that great, 9 for 16. But 9 for 16, 258 yards. 1 touchdown and did throw that pick. On the ground, Texas A&M rushed for 70 in the first half. Leading rusher is Le'Veon Moss, 11 carries, 43 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns for Moss in that first half. Marcel Reed, the quarterback, carried it 4 times for 26 yards. And Reuben Owens, 2 carries for 1 yard. Marcel Reed, of his 9 receptions, those were to 3 different receivers. His favorite target in the first half, Mario Craver, 6 receptions, 173 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Casey Concepcion caught 2 passes for 61 yards, and Reuben Owens, the second, caught 1 pass for 24 yards. Over on the Notre Dame side, C.J. Carr passing the football in the first half, 11 for 17, 159 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception for him. Notre Dame rushed for 59 yards in the first half. Leading rusher was Jeremiah Love. He carried 10 times for 43 yards. Jadarian Price, 6 carries, 35 yards, and the 1 rushing touchdown. C.J. Carr rushed 2 times for -8 yards, and then they had that bad snap, which goes against the rushing yardage. That's for 59 total yards for Notre Dame rushing in the first half. 11 completions for C.J. Carr to 5 different receivers. Leading receiver in the first half, Jeremiah Love, 4 catches for 50 yards and a receiving touchdown. And he's also got Jadarian Price has the rushing touchdown, I beg your pardon. 3 Notre Dame players with 2 receptions. Eli Raridan, 2 catches, 68 yards. Jordan Faison, 2 catches for 18 yards. And Malachi Fields, 2 catches for 16 yards. K.K. Smith, the other reception for Notre Dame, 1 catch for 7 yards. Time of possession advantage in that first half belonged to Notre Dame, 16 minutes, 38 seconds compared to Texas A&M's 13 minutes, 22 seconds. Third downs in the first half, Texas A&M was 2 for 4, Notre Dame 3 for 7. On third down conversions in that first half. Run down how we got to the score we got to, 28-24 in the first half. It started not even 2 minutes into the game with 13:06 to go in the first quarter. A block punt returned for a touchdown for Notre Dame. That made it 7-0. Texas A&M marched down the field, and an 86-yard touchdown pass. I shouldn't say it marched down the field. It was an 86-yard touchdown pass from Reed to Craver with 9:33 to go in the first quarter. That tied the game at 7. Notre Dame answered 3 minutes later. A Price 7-yard touchdown run with 6:30 to go in the first quarter made it 14-7 Notre Dame. That's where we stood after the first quarter. In the second quarter, scoring started on a Burnett 22-yard field goal on the opening play of the second quarter. Made it 17-7. Texas A&M answered with a Le'Veon Moss 1-yard touchdown run with 12:23 to go in the quarter. Made it 17-14. Notre Dame came right back, and a Carr to Love 36-yard touchdown pass with 9:43 to go in the second quarter made it 24-14 Notre Dame. Then Le'Veon Moss, a 2-yard touchdown run with 5:32 to go, made it 24-21. And then a Moss 1-yard touchdown run with 1:11 to go in the first half, made it 28-24, which is where we stand now. And the second half kickoff is underway. Excuse me, second half kickoff underway. Notre Dame's going to get the football here. So Notre Dame comes out on offense here for the first possession of the third quarter. It was a touchback on the opening kickoff of the second half. So Notre Dame 1st and 10 at the 25. And a handoff to Love on first down, hurdles a couple defenders, and then gets brought down around the 27-yard line. And now some jawing after the play. Love was into a Texas A&M player's face there. Tyler Onyedim, I believe. I hope that's how you pronounce it. The two that were getting a little vocal there. 2nd down 9 for the Irish after the 1-yard pickup for Love. Opening possession, third quarter. And now we've got a stoppage and a flag. And this is going to cost Notre Dame 5 on a false start. That's Jaden Greathouse, guilty of the false start there for Notre Dame. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. Football back at the 21. Handoff once again to Love. This one is only going to be about a yard, maybe 2. Be 3rd down and long coming up. Onyedim on the stop there for Texas A&M, the one that just got into the jawing match the previous play with Love. Third down, Irish need 13 from their own 22. Minute and a half old, third quarter. Carr takes the snap. Carr looks, Carr throws down the field. Pass is going to be caught for a first down for Notre Dame. On 3rd and 13, it's a reception to Malachi Fields, and that will move the sticks for the Irish. On 3rd down, 13, the pickup goes for 27 on the pass from Carr to Malachi Fields. First down, Notre Dame now up to the 49-yard line. And this is Love, and Love's going to get taken down in the backfield for a loss of about 3. Onyedim again on the stop. On defense for Texas A&M. 2nd and 13 off the 3-yard loss. Second and 13, Notre Dame, football at the 46-yard line. Carr in trouble. Carr nowhere, nobody there, incomplete. He just threw it toward the sideline. He had pressure coming, and it's 3rd down and 13. Third down, 13. They're going to get grounding here. I was wondering about that because that ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. And they do throw a flag for grounding. Line of scrimmage is the 46-yard line. And Carr threw that, and it only made it back to the 43. I was wondering about grounding there, and sure enough, they called it. Plus, it also appeared he was still in the tackle box, in the pocket. So 3rd and 20. As that goes back, it's a loss of down and goes back to where the football was thrown, and it's just going to be look like a draw play here to Love, and Love will get up to the 48-yard line, gain of 13, but still well short of the first down, and the Irish on 4th down and 7 will probably have to punt this football. So the intentional grounding really put a damper on that drive for Notre Dame. And they have to punt this football after getting a couple first downs. The drive stalls right there. And the punt is going to be downed at the 1-yard line. The punt was done to absolute perfection. James Rendell with as good of a punt as you can ask for. And the Aggies will start their first drive of the second half at their 1-yard line. Well, it took 3 quarters, but the Buckeyes finally pulled away from Ohio. It's 37-9 in the 4th quarter. LSU's added a touchdown against Florida. That's now 20-10. LSU in the 3rd quarter. Vanderbilt's added another touchdown. Vanderbilt leading at number 11 South Carolina 21-7. Utah's finally gotten in the end zone against Wyoming, so number 20 Utah leading 10-0. And also a final from the Big Ten, USC 33-17 win over Purdue. And here it is 28-24, Texas A&M leading Notre Dame. 11.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Texas A&M is going to get their first possession of the second half, and it will start at the 1-yard line. So Texas A&M better be careful here on this. Once again, during the break here, want to run down my live stream schedule. I'll be back on tomorrow night for the Sunday night NFL game between the Falcons and the Vikings. Looking forward to seeing that quarterback matchup. Michael Penix of the Falcons, J.J. McCarthy of the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy led a 4th quarter comeback for the Vikings last week in Chicago. Falcons came up just short last week against the Buccaneers. And also we'll be with you Monday night, at least for the first Monday night game, the Buccaneers and the Texans. Chargers and Raiders also play on Monday night. Wanted to be able to do both of those, but that second game is not going to take place until 10:15 local time here where I'm at. So not going to be able to do that one for you, but we'll be able to do that first Monday night game, Buccaneers and Texans. Back here, it's 28-24, Texas A&M. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter starts at the 1-yard line, and that we're going to be a false start. That's going to be a penalty of what, about a half yard? They'll move the football inside the 1. Armaj Reed Adams, the guilty party. And a play on first down, and it's a run just trying to get Texas A&M out of the shadow of their end zone. And picking up a couple yards on first down is Le'Veon Moss. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 8. It is loud on that end of the field. Second down. Fakes the handoff. Reed going deep. Has a receiver down there, but overshot him. Incomplete. Well, he had Concepcion down there, and he had his defender beat, but Reed overshot him just a hair. Be third down and 8. If Texas A&M does not even get a yard here, they're going to have to be careful for their punter because he's not going to have the full distance. Texas A&M really needs to convert here on third down and 8. Out of the gun, Reed. Reed looking. Reed still looking. Throwing. Incomplete. And the Notre Dame defense 3 and out and is going to force a punt from deep in the end zone for Texas A&M. So White, there's not much room between his feet and the back of the end zone. And White is able to get it out of there on the punt. Taken at the 47 and returnable across the 40, inside the 35, 30, and inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Great punt return by Jordan Faison. And the Irish are starting deep in Texas A&M territory for this next drive. So you know Carr and the Irish definitely want to take advantage of this field position. At the Texas A&M 29, first down. Carr looking, throwing, end zone, out of bounds. He overshot Faison. And it'll be 2nd and 10. A little bit too much mustard on that one from CJ Carr. Second down and 10. Carr's been in the shotgun all night. He's back there again. And now Carr, this is going to be a direct snap to Price again. Price is now back there, and Price is going to take it. And Price gets up to the 26-yard line. They ran that play once in the first half, and it had about the same effect, a 3-yard gain. Third down and 7 from the 26. It's important for Notre Dame to get points out of this. You know, with that starting field position, they're hoping for a touchdown. They'll take 3 if that's what it comes to. Third down and 7. Gone under 10 minutes to go in the third. Carr takes the snap. Carr being pressured, passes caught, and getting to the first down marker is Will Pauling. On third down and 7, Pauling got about 7.5, moved the chains for Notre Dame. First down, Irish football in the red zone at the Texas A&M 18-yard line. Carr. Here's a handoff on first down. Not much doing here as the run for Darian Price. Gets him a yard, maybe 2. Second down coming. Second and 9. Football at the 17-yard line. Notre Dame looking for a touchdown to give them the lead back. Play clock down to 3. They just get the snap off. And here's a handoff once again. This is Price inside the 10. Price, end zone, touchdown Irish. Jadarian Price from 17 yards out. And the Irish retake the lead with 8:17 to go in the third. Jadarian Price's second rushing touchdown tonight, and one that puts Notre Dame back on top. Extra point attempt on the way. Up and good, and the Irish have retaken the lead as they lead at 31-28 over Texas A&M. 8:17 to go in the third. A 5-play, 29-yard drive, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. A Jadarian Price 17-yard touchdown run, and the Irish do indeed take advantage of the excellent field position on that drive and retake the lead. 31-28 in a back and forth battle between these two top 20 teams. Ole Miss starting to pull away from Arkansas a little bit. That game's 41-28, 9.5 to go. Vanderbilt looking for a huge SEC win at South Carolina. They still lead that game 21-7. About a minute to go in the third. That would be a huge win for the Commodores. If they're able to hold on for 16 more minutes, and knock off the number 11 South Carolina Gamecocks. Again, as I mentioned, Ohio State, it took 3 quarters, but they were finally able to pull away from a very game Ohio Bobcats squad. 37-9. That game's at the 2-minute timeout. Tell you what, these group of 5 teams this year, there's a few of them that have definitely held their own against Power 4 teams. This Ohio Bobcats team is one of them. They're going to go down tonight, but they gave Ohio State a battle for 3 quarters. They beat West Virginia last week and should have beat Rutgers in week 1. Arkansas State gave Iowa State a battle today. UTEP gave Texas a good game for 2.5 quarters today. South Florida finally ran out of magic today as they fell big at Miami today. But these group of 5 teams, they have been very, very competitive. Whichever group of 5 team it is that makes the college football playoff, if you don't come prepared, you could be in trouble. Speaking of group of 5 teams, this Notre Dame team plays Boise State in a couple weeks. As we get set to resume following the Notre Dame touchdown, and a Notre Dame touchdown that's put them back in front, 31-28. So how will Texas A&M offense respond? As the Notre Dame Stadium crowd is back lively once again. They've been loud all night. Got a little quiet there when Texas A&M scored 2 straight touchdowns in the second quarter. But they're back lively again, and this will be... Did that go out of bounds prior to bouncing in the end zone? Now they're calling it a touchback. So it'll be at the 25-yard line for Texas A&M on this next drive. So Notre Dame crowd's going to get loud now. Aggies start this next drive at their own 25, 8:17 to go in the third. Here comes Marcel Reed and the Aggie offense. First down. The give on first down. And once again, it's a carry for Le'Veon Moss, and he picks up 4 yards up to the 29, bringing up second down and 6. Second down, 6, football at the 29. Reed being pressured, pass complete, first down Aggies across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. That's Terry Bussey with his first reception of the night. And that goes for 9 yards and an Aggie first down. First down, Texas A&M at the 38. Nearing the 7-minute mark to play in the third. Reed looking down the field, has a man, overshot him, incomplete. A little bit too much mustard on that one. Blake Bunton was down there, the intended receiver, but a little too far overthrown, and it's 2nd and 10. Second down and 10 at the 38. Clock stopped, 7:02 to play third quarter. A handoff once again across the 40 up to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. Third down coming up. That was Reuben Owens the second on that carry for Texas A&M. Third down and 6. Aggies 2 for 5 tonight on third down conversions. And the Notre Dame crowd gets even louder on this third down opportunity. Third down and 6. Reed, pass, incomplete. Fourth down, and the Aggies will have to punt it. Some words being exchanged once again. So an Aggies punt coming on fourth down and 6. So 2 possessions in the second half for Texas A&M and 2 punts. And now we've got flags. This is going to be a false start against Texas A&M. So fourth down and 11 now. And the punt will take a bounce. There's another flag down. Ball goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line. And we'll see what this flag is. Illegal formation against Texas A&M. And Notre Dame will elect to take that from the spot of where the ball went out of bounds. So Notre Dame's going to get the football around the 29-yard line to start this next drive. Trying to add on to their 3-point lead, 6:11 remaining in the third. Arkansas's made it a game again against number 17 Ole Miss. That's 41-35. Just under 5 minutes to go in that one. Utah's added another touchdown. Utah's starting to pull away from Wyoming now. That's 16-0 with the extra point pending. It's gone final in Columbus. Ohio State has beat Ohio 37-9. People will probably look at that score and say, well, Ohio State cruised, but that was definitely not the case. That was a one-score game late in the third quarter. Ohio looks like they may have just ran out of gas against a bigger, deeper Buckeyes team. As I mentioned, going to be on with you tomorrow night and Monday night for 2 NFL live streams. Hope to have a couple of Major League Baseball live streams for you in the midweek. Don't know about Tuesday night, but definitely plan on being with you for a couple of Major League Baseball live streams on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we'll have 2 more college football games on the live stream channel for you on Saturday. Not sure what those games are going to be yet. Should have an announcement on what those are going to be on Monday, on my Monday live stream. I always do 1 FBS and 1 FCS game every Saturday. So I'll give you a schedule of what those 2 college football games are going to be next week. I'll have that announcement for you on Monday night during my live stream of the Buccaneers-Texans game. But back and forth we have gone in this one. It is now 31-28 Notre Dame, and they're going to be starting this drive. From the 29-yard line. Penalties starting to pile up on Texas A&M. That 5-yard illegal formation was the Aggies' 8th penalty of the night. Notre Dame's been penalized 3 times. So here we go. First down, Notre Dame from the 29-yard line. 6:11 to play in the third quarter. Carr. Carr takes the snap. Carr looking. Carr throws. Pass complete. First down, Notre Dame out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Reception for Malachi Fields. It's his 4th catch of the night. First down, Irish. At the 43. Again, it's a direct snap to Price. And again, that play gets him about 3 yards. The 3rd time the Irish went to that play tonight, and all 3 times I think it's been a 3-yard gain. As the clock nears 5 minutes in the third quarter. Second down, 7, Notre Dame. Football sitting at the 46-yard line. Carr takes the snap. Carr looks. Carr fires complete and out of bounds around the 49-yard line. Eli Raridan with his 3rd catch tonight. 3rd down coming up for the Irish. 3rd down and 3 right at midfield. Irish need to get to the 47-yard line of the Aggies. 5 for 10 on third down conversions tonight. Carr takes the snap, handoff to Price, and Price is not going to get there. He's going to be about a half yard short. And I have a feeling you're going to see Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman keep the offense out there. Yeah, it's actually where they're spotting this football. They're going to need a full yard here. Fourth and a yard, and the offense is staying out. Irish had converted one of their 2 fourth down conversions tonight. And again, the direct snap to Price, and the Aggies stop him. Another play on a direct snap to Price, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and a turnover on downs gives it to Texas A&M. A big fourth down defensive stop for the Aggies. And they will have the football in outstanding field position. 3.5 to go in the third, still trailing by just 3. Couple other finals from or updated scores. Should say Old Dominion about to get a win at a Power 4 school. Old Dominion leading Virginia Tech 45-26 at the 2-minute timeout. That'd be a great win for the Monarchs there. Tulane leading Duke 31-16. That's another group of 5 team to watch out for. If Tulane does end up making the college football playoff as the group of 5 representative, look out for that Green Wave team. Still to come tonight, late West Coast games. Minnesota's out in Berkeley to take on the California Golden Bears. This next game, it sounds so weird to say this is an ACC matchup, even though it's the second season that Stanford's been in the ACC. Boston College and Stanford out in Palo Alto in an ACC conference game. That's still a year plus later to me. Sounds so strange to say that. Arizona State hosts Texas State. Texas State, another very good group of 5 team. So those 3 games yet to come tonight out west. So Texas A&M, after that fourth down stop on Notre Dame, has the football at the 48-yard line. Outstanding field position to start their next drive here. With 3:34 to go in quarter number 3, trailing by 3. Texas A&M looking to avenge their loss to Notre Dame a season ago at home. Game Notre Dame won in College Station last year, 23-13 over Texas A&M. Notre Dame, meanwhile, on the other hand, this year does not want to start out 0-2. Notre Dame coming off that tough, hard-fought loss to Miami 2 weeks ago. And here we go. Following the turnover on downs, Aggies have it at the 48-yard line. Reed, screen pass. This is going to be a first down, a lot more down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 12. And a Texas A&M first down. Concepcion with the reception. First down, Texas A&M at the 40 of Notre Dame. As we're down to 3 minutes and counting to play in the third. Reed takes the snap. Reed looks left side, pass caught. That's another first down for Texas A&M. Right back to Concepcion again. Fourth reception of the night. Football at the 30. That's 82 yards on 4 receptions for Concepcion. Aggies definitely in field goal range. The end around. And this is going to be snuffed out by Notre Dame, as it is not going to be a successful play. Texas A&M tried a little bit of trickery there, but to no avail. Second down. Pretty hard hit there at the end. Second and 9. Handoff on second down, and this is going to be to Moss, and Moss will get a couple, setting up third down for Texas A&M. Gain of 3 sets up third down and 6. And here comes the crowd again. Aggies need 6 to keep this drive alive. Needing to get to the Notre Dame 20. Reed looks. Reed still looks. Reed throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. And the Aggies are going to have to settle for a field goal try to try and tie this game. This from 44 yards from Randy Bond to tie it. He missed earlier from 52. Bond from 44 yards puts it through, and this game is tied at 31 with 44 seconds to play in quarter number 3. So the Aggies get 3 out of it. And this comes down to a 15-minute and 44-second ball game, as we are right back where we started, all square. So now Notre Dame with 44 seconds to play in the third quarter will get the football back. That drive for Texas A&M, 6 plays, 25 yards, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and a Randy Bond 44-yard field goal that's brought us even. In a high-scoring shootout so far through 3 quarters, or nearly through 3 quarters. And the kickoff. Taken at the 4, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 30-yard line. A good return out to the 34-yard line. Jadarian Price with a return of 30 yards, and the Irish are going to have pretty good starting field position to start this next drive. Trying to break this tie once again. .39 seconds to play in quarter number 3. First down, Notre Dame, just shy of the 35-yard line. Carr looking. Carr down the field to an open receiver. Inside the 40, 35, and out of bounds around the 31-yard line. Jaden Greathouse with his first reception of the night, and it goes for 34 yards. Up to the Aggies' 31-yard line. Irish do not have to snap it here in the third quarter if they don't want to. They do, however. And it's a handoff. This is Price. Price will get into first down territory and out of bounds around the 20-yard line. And on 2 plays, Notre Dame has drove it deep into Texas A&M territory, and that's how quarter number 3 will come to a close. But what an answer off that Texas A&M field goal on 2 plays for Notre Dame. This game is square at 31 as we head to the 4th. But the Irish driving for the go-ahead score. As we take a look at the stats through 3 quarters in this one. Over 700 yards of combined offense between these two teams. Texas A&M at 372, Notre Dame at 346. Individual stats in this one through 3 for Texas A&M. Marcel Reed, 12 of 24 throwing the football, 288 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Rushing the football, Le'Veon Moss leading rusher for the Aggies tonight. 14 carries, 52 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marcel Reed, the quarterback, 4 carries, 26 yards. For Notre Dame, C.J. Carr, 16 of 23, 246 yards passing. 1 touchdown. He has thrown an interception. And leading the way on the rushing side for the Irish, Jadarian Price, 10 carries, 67 yards. And Jeremiah Loves carried 17 times for 59 yards. Marcel Reed's 12 completions have been to 4 different receivers. His leading receiver tonight, Mario Craver, 6 catches, 173 yards and a touchdown. Casey Concepcion's caught 4 catches for 82 yards. More distribution from Notre Dame of C.J. Carr. 16 completions have been to 7 different receivers. Malachi Fields with 4 receptions, 57 yards. Jeremiah Love, 4 receptions, 50 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Eli Raridan, 3 catches, 72 yards. Jordan Faison, 2 catches, 18 yards, and a catch each for Jaden Greathouse, who had the 34-yard reception on this drive. Will Pauling and K.K. Smith a catch apiece for Notre Dame. And that's where we sit, 31-31 as we head to the 4th quarter. Vanderbilt is pulling away from the number 11 South Carolina Gamecocks. Vanderbilt now leads that game 30-7 in the 4th quarter. LSU continuing to lead Florida 20-10. 8 minutes left in that one. Utah 24-0 lead over Wyoming in the 4th. Just underway, Minnesota, California, and Boston College, Stanford out west. Here we are set to begin the 4th quarter. Notre Dame is driving deep in Texas A&M territory. First down, Notre Dame at the Texas A&M 20. Another red zone chance for the Irish. Texas A&M bringing the blitz, and that's pass almost picked off. A dangerous throw from C.J. Carr, and it was nearly picked off. That was almost disaster for Notre Dame. Ooh, boy. Cassius Howell had the near interception right there for Texas A&M. 2nd down and 10. Here's a handoff going nowhere. 1 yard loss on the play on 2nd down. For Jadarian Price, and it'll now be 3rd down again for Notre Dame. Third and long. Irish need 11 for the 1st down. They need to get to the Texas A&M 10-yard line. Two on the play clock. Carr takes the snap. Carr throws, end zone, out of bounds, incomplete. And Notre Dame will have to settle for a go-ahead field goal try as the drive stalls out after getting 2 first downs. So a chance for the lead back. Field goal attempt from 39 yards for Noah Burnett to retake the lead for the Irish. Good snap. Kick is away, and the kick is good, and Notre Dame is back in front on a 39-yard field goal by Noah Burnett. Irish 34, Aggies 31, 14:01 to play in the 4th. Aggies defense or Aggies offense has answered all night. Do they have another answer in them? A fantastic football game between these two teams on a Saturday night in South Bend. That drive for Notre Dame, 6 plays, 44 yards, 1:43 seconds, ending with a Noah Burnett 39-yard field goal and a 3-point Irish lead over Texas A&M. Where that drive started very promising for Notre Dame as they marched it right down the field on 2 plays, but the drive stalled out after that. A couple big defensive plays for Texas A&M, a near interception, one of those 2 defensive plays, and Notre Dame has to settle for a field goal. So Texas A&M's offense, an offense that's seen Marcel Reed pass for 288 yards tonight, and a Texas A&M team overall that has put up almost 400 yards against this Notre Dame defense. 372 total yards for the Aggies tonight. So we will see if Texas A&M has yet one more answer. Couple other scores here across the country. Navy's about to go to 3-0 here in 9 minutes. They lead Tulsa 42-17. That's their conference opener. So Notre Dame Trying not to start off the season 0-2 after making it all the way to the college football playoff national championship game a year ago. But if Texas A&M comes back and win this game, it'll be a big uphill climb for Notre Dame. If you're off to an 0-2 start, especially with no conference to better yourself in, or chance for a conference championship or anything. This is a touchback, and the Aggies are going to get the football at the 25-yard line. With 14:01 remaining. So we've seen the Texas A&M offense answer the Notre Dame scores with a score of their own 3 previous times tonight. Can they do it again? First down from the 25-yard line. Reed on first down takes the snap. Reed throws, underthrew his man, incomplete. He was trying to find his go-to man tonight, Mario Craver, but underthrew him a little bit, and it's second down. 2nd and 10, Aggies at the 25. Reed calling. Reed gets the snap, and Reed will keep it himself. Reed gets up to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, setting up a 3rd and medium for Texas A&M. Uh-oh, this is not a good sign for Texas A&M. Reed is injured on the play. Texas A&M already lost one of their defensive players to a serious injury earlier tonight, and now Reed is shaken up. Starting to see Miles O'Neill, the backup quarterback for Texas A&M, starting to loosen. Well, let's hope for the Aggies this is not a serious injury to their quarterback, Marcel Reed. Backup quarterback, Miles O'Neill, a freshman. Reed is only a sophomore. So let's hope this is nothing serious for Marcel Reed, as we've got an injury timeout. Checking in on both of these teams next week. Texas A&M is idle next week before opening SEC play in 2 weeks against Auburn. An Auburn team that is 3-0 and cracked the top 25 this week. Notre Dame will be at home again next week, facing their in-state rivals, Purdue. Purdue, it was in a loss, but a very respectable performance against USC today. A Purdue team that won just 1 game a season ago. They've already doubled that so far this season. We are still in an injury timeout here. Marcel Reed, the Texas A&M quarterback, shaken up on that last play. Hope this is nothing serious. We saw a serious injury to a Texas A&M defensive player back in the first half. And Reed has walked back to the sideline, and he's going in the medical tent for further evaluation. So we will see Miles O'Neill And they're actually reviewing this for a possible targeting. So they went to replay during that break to review for a possible targeting call. No, that's not targeting. He hit him in the shoulder. I think that's the injury for Reed. No, he clearly hit him in the shoulder, not the helmet. Marcus Freeman showing his displeasure. That is... So Miles O'Neill into the game, freshman out of Marblehead, Massachusetts. And he hands off on first down, and that play goes for maybe a yard. And back comes Reed into the game. Second down and 8. Football at the 44. Reed throws, pass complete, first down, inside the Notre Dame 40, up to the 37-yard line. Terry Bussey on the reception, his second catch of the night, and it moves the sticks inside the Notre Dame 40-yard line. That puts Reed over the 300-yard passing mark tonight. First down at the 37. Here's a handoff on first down, and up to the 34-yard line is Moss. Gain of about 3 brings up second down and 7. Spot it right at the 34-yard line. 12 minutes to go and counting. This would be a 52-yard field goal if they don't gain another yard. And now we've got movement. This is going to cost A&M 5. A critical 5-yard false start penalty. Amari Nibluck, the guilty party of the false start, brings up second down and 12. That moves Texas A&M out of field goal range at the moment. Is that football now back at the 39? Reed looking, rolling left, throws downfield, incomplete. Underthrew his receiver, and it's third down. And the Notre Dame crowd about to get very loud once again. Reed had his receiver open down there, but just underthrew him. Aggies need 12 on this third down. And it's just going to be a handoff, and this is going to be first down yardage. On third down and 12, Moss gets 13 and moves the chains. A 3rd and 12 looked like a draw play. And Moss found a seam and picks up 13 yards. And the Aggies have a new set of downs. Definitely in game-tying field goal range now. First down, Texas A&M. Just inside the Notre Dame 27. Reed. And we've got more movement. It's going to be another false start on Texas A&M. Demarius Crownover, that is, I think, his 3rd false start penalty he's committed tonight. 1st and 15. That's the 10th penalty on the night for the Aggies. It's cost them 66 yards. First and 10, now back at the 32. We're just inside the 32. And looks like a late substitution for Notre Dame defensively. Play clock down to 2, and the handoff here on 1st down and 15 is up to near the original line of scrimmage for Le'Veon Moss. 2nd down coming up for Texas A&M as we've ticked down under 10 minutes to play. We'll give them 4 on that. 2nd down and 11 at the 28-yard line. Reed takes the snap. Reed looking still, and that's batted down, incomplete. Gabriel Rubio knocked that pass down. It is 3rd down and 11. And here comes that Notre Dame crowd on 3rd down and 11. 10th play of the drive for Texas A&M. Reed rolling right. Reed throws left side, incomplete. And now on 4th down, this will be about a 46-yard field goal attempt to tie this game once again. So Randy Bond on. He's hit from 43 and missed from 52. This will be from 46. And Bond will put it through to tie it once again. 9:06 to go. Randy Bond puts it through from officially 45 yards is where they put it. And it is all squared again in South Bend. 34-34. Texas A&M and Notre Dame in a whale of a game on a Saturday night in South Bend. That drive for Texas A&M, 11 plays, 47 yards. It took 4 minutes, 55 seconds. And a Randy Bond 45-yard field goal has brought us even at 34. Wyoming will avoid the shutout against Utah, but Utah still leads that game 24-6. Just over 2 minutes to go. LSU about to close out Florida. That's at the 2-minute timeout, 20-10. Vanderbilt about to get a huge win in Columbia against the 11th ranked South Carolina Gamecocks. That will move Vanderbilt to 3-0 as it's just now gone final in Columbia. Vanderbilt wins 31-7, so number 11 South Carolina and number 12 Clemson both go down today. So here we go. 34-34 in this one. 9:06 remaining. Notre Dame's going to get the football with another chance to go back in front. This might be one of those situations where whoever has the ball last is going to win. As we get set for the kickoff following the Texas A&M tying field goal. Student section still raucous at Notre Dame Stadium. So here we go. Can Carr drive the Irish back down the field again to retake the lead? Price back to receive the kickoff. Bond runs up and the kickoff will be a touchback, and Notre Dame will get it from the 25-yard line. So back comes C.J. Carr and the Notre Dame offense. Carr, 16 of 25, passing the football tonight, 246 yards. "99 yards rushing tonight for Notre Dame. First down at the 25-yard line for the Irish. Carr takes the snap. Carr looking. Carr throwing over the middle. Pass complete. That'll be a 12-yard pickup and a first down for Notre Dame. Again, Eli Raridan on the catch, his fourth reception of the night. First down up to the 37. Here's a handoff across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Carry there for Jeremiah Love. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts. Second down 7 for Notre Dame from the 41. Second down 7. Carr takes the snap. Carr looks. Carr throws right side, incomplete. And it'll be third down and 7. Malachi Fields, the intended receiver. And here comes a big third down, one of the biggest plays of this game tonight. A lot of grabbing there. Third down and 7. Irish need to get to the 48 for a first down. Carr takes the snap. Carr looks. Carr throws left side. Open receiver. First down. And out of bounds at the 39. It's Malachi Fields. A third down conversion for Notre Dame. On 3rd and 7, the pass goes for 20. Midway point of the 4th. First down at the Aggie 39. That's going to be another direct snap to Price. And Price this time gets the best gain he's gotten on that play tonight, 6 yards. Be 2nd down and 4. Love up to 68 yards rushing on 19 carries. Irish need 4 on this 2nd down. Carr looking, throwing again. But this time Fields couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down and 4. It was going to Fields, but could not quite hang on this time. Good defense put on Fields that time. Des Ricks with the defensive play that time for Texas A&M. And another 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and 4. Handoff. This will be a 1st down carry inside the 30. The 2nd 3rd down conversion on the drive. Jeremiah Love gets 6 on 3rd and 4. Football down to the Texas A&M 27-yard line. Down to 6 minutes remaining and counting. Here's another handoff. It's again to Love, and this time Love will be held for a gain of about 1.5 yards. 2nd down coming for Notre Dame. Give them 2 officially, so 2nd down and 8. Football sits at the Texas A&M, just inside the Texas A&M 26. Carr looking over the middle, pass caught up to the 21-yard line. Reception by Will Pauling, his 2nd reception of the night, good for 4. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4. Irish have already converted 2 3rd downs on this drive. They need to convert another one here. 3rd down and 4. Football just shy of the 20. Carr. This is the give to Price, and Price is not going to get there. He is stopped a couple yards shy of the 1st down. And if you're Marcus Freeman, what do you do here? Looks like he's calling the offense to stay out there. Notre Dame needs a good 1.5 yards on this 4th down. 1 for 3 tonight on 4th down conversions, as we have ticked under 4 minutes. This is a little more than 1 yard they need on this 4th down. It's a direct snap, and Price is going to get there. 1st down, Notre Dame. inside the 15-yard line. Again, that direct snap play to Price. Irish are inside the Aggie 15. That play hasn't been super effective tonight, but it has been when it's counted. Down to 3 minutes. First down. Carr, the handoff. This is a running play. Touchdown, Irish. Jeremiah Love from 12 yards out. And the Irish take the lead. With 2:53 remaining. What a drive for Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love now a rushing touchdown to go with his receiving touchdown. And Notre Dame takes the lead with 2:53 to go. Extra point. Oh, it's a botched snap. He bobbled the snap and it's incomplete. Oh my goodness. The holder bobbled the snap. And Notre Dame does not get the extra point. He just flat dropped it. That could loom very large if Texas A&M is able to go down and score a touchdown. However, Jeremiah Love's touchdown run here late in the fourth has given the Irish a 6-point lead at 40-34. That was a long drive for the Irish. 12 plays, 75 yards, 6 minutes, 13 seconds. And a Jeremiah Love 12-yard touchdown that's put the Irish ahead by 6. And Texas A&M still has their full complement of timeouts. And the kickoff. Taken at the 1. Across the 10, 15, 20. Look out. 25, 30. Look out. 40, 50. He is going to take this 99 yards. Touchdown A&M. My goodness, there is a flag, however. This might be coming back. And looking at the reaction of Mike Elko, this is coming back. Oh boy, a hold will bring it back. Texas A&M thought they had at least the game-tying touchdown on a kickoff return, but it's brought back on a holding call. Theo Malin Orstrom on the hold. So instead of a game-tying kickoff return touchdown, the Aggies are backed up 1st and 10. At their own 26. Here's a handoff on 1st down. This is going to go up to the 29-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Moss. It's clearly a hold. Malin Orstrom brought down his man, pretty much brought him down to the ground. So that's clearly a holding call. It's on second down and 7. Pass complete. First down, 40, 50, 40, out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. The reception once again for Craver, his 8th of the night. First down, Aggies. Craver now over the 200-yard receiving mark tonight. And the Aggies are 37 yards away from a game-tying touchdown as we have hit the 2-minute timeout. 40-34 Notre Dame, but Texas A&M is on the drive. Wow, they still have their whole complement of timeouts as well. What a football game this has been on a Saturday night in South Bend. It is now a final from Baton Rouge. LSU has beat Florida 20-10. That will drop Florida to 1-2. So we've already seen number 11, number 12, and number 15 go down today. Who will be the 4th-ranked team to fall today? Will it be number 16 or will it be number 8? It would be the 5th-ranked team to fall today because of South Florida also falling today. So number 11, South Carolina has lost. Number 12, Clemson has lost. Number 15, Tennessee has lost. Number 18, South Florida has lost. So no matter what happens here in this one, we will have our 5th-ranked team go down today. And we are 2 minutes away from finding out who that is going to be. Will that missed extra point on the botched snap come back and be a factor? So 2 minutes to play. Texas A&M inside the Notre Dame 40. First down and 10. They need a touchdown, down by 6. Reed gives it off on first down. This is a handoff, and this is going to go for 5 to Le'Veon Moss. His 21st carry of the night. Correction, his 20th carry of the night for 81 yards. Texas A&M looking for their first ranked road win since 2014. Here's Reed on second down, rolling left, throws, pass caught, first down Aggies inside the 30. Aggies move the chains. First down. A touchdown and an extra point give them the lead. Reed, left side pass caught out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for Malin Orstrom, who had the holding call that brought back the kickoff return for a touchdown. He's redeemed himself with a couple catches. Clock stopped with 1:11 to play. Second down and 8. Texas A&M at the Notre Dame 23. Reed takes the snap. Reed throws incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. It's a 6-point spread instead of a 7-point spread because of that botched snap on the extra point on the last Notre Dame touchdown. 3rd down and 8. Football at the 23. Reed with the snap. Reed to his right has room to run. Reed, 1st down yardage and out of bounds at the 14, stopping the clock with exactly 60 seconds to go. And the Aggies 14 yards away from a game-tying touchdown. Reed had the whole right side free, and he saw that. And able to get the 1st down with his legs. At the 14, 1st down A&M. And a handoff. This will get down to the 10-yard line. Amari Daniels getting his first carry of the game. That goes for 4 yards. Aggies have marched it down to the 10-yard line. Aggies are going to take their first time out with 54 seconds. They are now 10 yards away from a game-tying touchdown with possible go-ahead extra point. And will that botched extra point come back to bite Notre Dame? It almost came back to bite Notre Dame on the ensuing kickoff because it ran back 99 yards but was brought back on a hold. And now Texas A&M's at the 10-yard line, 2nd down and 6. 54 seconds to play. Daniels in the backfield once again with Reed. Oh, bad snap, and we have a whistle. It's going to be another false start against Texas A&M. So that will move it back to the 15-yard line and bring up 2nd and 11. Oh, the snap hit the center in the hindquarters, so it's a snap infraction. Now we've got more movement. Texas A&M is claiming this is offsides against Notre Dame, but I think it's going to go a false start, and it is. So the Aggies move in the wrong direction as it's now 2nd and 16. That's clearly a false start. Second and 16. 13th penalty of the night on Texas A&M. Ball now sitting at the 20-yard line. Reed takes the snap. Reed looks. Reed still looking, rolling to his right, and throws out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and 13. Or 3rd down and 16, rather, from the 20. So the Aggies, 2 plays left. It's only 3rd down, so you don't need the entire 13 yards right here. But you want to get probably at least half of them. 3rd and 16, football resting right at the 20. Reed takes the snap. Reed looks, throwing, pass, caught, 11-yard line, flag comes in again, and we'll see what this flag is. It was a gain of 9. We'll see what the flag is. Defensive holding against Notre Dame, which is going to carry an automatic first down. A costly penalty. Christian Gray guilty of the defensive hold. And that will move the football to the 10-yard line and give Texas A&M a new set of downs. First and goal at the 10. Here's Reed taking the snap, taking it himself, and being brought down for a loss of a yard. Stayed in bounds. The clock is running, and Texas A&M is going to have to take their second timeout. Texas A&M takes timeout with 31 seconds left. Second and goal at the 11. Oh, boy. Notre Dame needs 3 more defensive stops. Texas A&M needs 11 yards for a game-tying touchdown. They have put 3 seconds back on the clock, so 34 seconds. Crowd deafening at Notre Dame Stadium. Second and goal, Texas A&M. Football at the 11. Reed looking. Reed still looking. Throwing. End zone. Incomplete. Into traffic. That was dangerous. It is third and goal for Texas A&M. The dangerous throw there by Reed because there was double coverage there. Luckily for him, it fell harmlessly incomplete. Third and goal at the 11. Reed again takes the snap. Reed rolling to his left. Nowhere to go. Now throws end zone. Incomplete. And now it comes down to this fourth and goal play. Notre Dame one more defensive play away from icing this game. And the crowd probably going to be about as loud as it's been all night for this fourth down play. Fourth and goal at the 11. "19 seconds. And now Marcus Freeman wants to take a timeout just to make sure that Notre Dame is on the same page defensively. Marcus Freeman, he needs one more stop from his defense to get out of here with a win. Texas A&M needs one play to get 11 yards for a game-tying touchdown. This is going to be a devastating loss for whoever comes up on the short end of the stick here. Will Notre Dame dodge a bullet from that botched snap on the extra point on the touchdown? Notre Dame just took a second timeout. They want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Here we go. 4th and goal at the 11. "19 seconds to play. Reed takes the snap on 4th down. Reed looking, throwing, end zone. It's a touchdown for the Aggies. On 4th and 11, a touchdown reception for Nate Borkercher, the tight end. And this game is tied with an extra point to come. Wow. Oh, you can see the devastation on Marcus Freeman's face. They were one stop away. And now the big extra point. Biggest kick of the night from Bond right here. Extra point is up, and the kick is good. And Texas A&M takes the lead with 13 seconds to play. Notre Dame Stadium has gone very silent. Reed found Borkercher. I hope that's how you pronounce that. For what could be the game-winning touchdown for Texas A&M. Devastation on the Notre Dame fans. Jubilation on the Texas A&M sideline. Notre Dame does have all 3 timeouts. They only need a field goal, but with only 13 seconds, they're going to have to get a pretty good kickoff return here. And yes, that botched snap on the extra point is the difference in this game. Game's not over. There's still 13 seconds. We've seen stranger things happen. It's a pooch kick. That's an interesting call. Taken at the 20 and run out of bounds at the 31-yard line with 11 seconds. So CJ Carr, and I'm sorry, Notre Dame has 2 timeouts. They used 1 on defense. I thought they used 2 on defense, actually, but again, they still have 2. Nonetheless, there's only 11 seconds. And Notre Dame's, you're going to have to get about 35 yards to even give your field goal kicker a shot here. You can use the middle of the field with the timeouts. Carr on 1st down. Taking a lot of time on this 1st down play, throwing downfield, and it is incomplete. Almost a game-sealing interception. And we're down to 4 seconds, and we're down to 1 play. That was almost a game-sealing interception for Texas A&M. Had two defensive players not converged together, there probably would have been a game-sealing interception. Here we go. Final play of the game, barring a defensive penalty. Carr. Throwing pass complete. Now you're going to see all the laterals. Back it goes. Run out of bounds. The game is over. The Aggies have won it. 41-40 over Notre Dame. And just a gut punch to Notre Dame tonight. Mike Elko and Marcus Freeman shake hands, and what a win on the road for the Texas A&M Aggies as they move to 3-0 on the season. Notre Dame falls to 0-2, and this one's going to be a tough one to swallow. Wow, wow, wow. The game-winning touchdown from Marcel Reed to Nate Borkercher with 13 seconds to play. And the game-winning extra point that followed. And Texas A&M wins it, 41-40. Final numbers in this game: Texas A&M 488 yards of offense, Notre Dame at 428. Both teams had a turnover, but the play that decided it, the botch snap on the last Notre Dame touchdown. They missed the extra point on that botch snap, and then Texas A&M went down and scored the touchdown and got the extra point. Marcel Reed for Texas A&M, not a great completion percentage, 17 out of 37, but he threw for 360 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Found 6 different receivers. His go-to target tonight, Mario Craver, 7 catches, 207 yards, and a touchdown. Casey Concepcion, 4 catches, 82 yards. Terry Bussey, 2 catches, 27 yards. Ruben Owens, Theo Mellon-Orstrom, and Nate Borkercher, or Theo Mellon-Orstrom, 2 catches. Ruben Owens, the second, and Nate Borkercher, 1 catch apiece, but Borkercher's 11-yard touchdown catch with 13 seconds to go is what tied it, and then the extra point that won it for Texas A&M. C.J. Carr on the other side, 20 of 32 for 292 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the ground, Jeremiah Love, 23 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Jadarian Price, 12 catches, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. C.J. Carr's 20 completions went to 7 different receivers. His go-to receiver tonight, Malachi Fields, 5 catches, 77 yards. Eli Raridan, 4 catches, 85 yards. Jeremiah Love, 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Jaden Greathouse, Jordan Faison, Will Pauling, 2 catches apiece, and K.K. Smith, 1 reception. 41-40, Texas A&M in a doozy wins it over Notre Dame. The 5th-ranked team to go down today, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Clemson, Tennessee, and South Florida all go down today. As far as ranked teams go. Boy, oh boy. All right. Once again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube channel here, also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick. John, if you like my content on here, would appreciate a like and subscribe. I will be back on with another live stream tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football, Vikings and Falcons. looking forward to seeing that quarterback matchup. Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy, two quarterbacks that played in the national championship game in college 2 years ago. Going to battle on the NFL gridiron for the first time. So looking forward to that matchup tomorrow night, Falcons and Vikings. Be back with you on a live stream for that one tomorrow night. Appreciate you joining me for this doozy of a game between Texas A&M and Notre Dame. And I will talk to you tomorrow night on the live stream with the Falcons and